welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessings. This is Pastor Luis Luciano from Oklahoma. Monday, November 10th. Passover. Why is it significant that Joshua chose to celebrate Passover despite the present and immense task of taking the promised land? Read Joshua chapter 5, verse 10, Exodus chapter 12, verse 6, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 5, Numbers chapter 28, verse 16, and Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 4 and 6. The second important activity that precedes the conquest is the celebration of Passover. This takes place in the evening of the 14th day of the month, in careful compliance with the instructions given by God. The symbolic significance of the Passover observance receives special emphasis. The events in Joshua's mirror those of the Exodus. Passover evokes the night of the 10th plague, Exodus chapter 12, when the angel of the Lord killed all the firstborn in Egypt and spared the Israelites. This is followed by the Exodus from Egypt, the crossing of the Red Sea, and the journey through the wilderness. In contrast, the story of the second generation starts in the wilderness, continues with the crossing of the Jordan, involves circumcision and celebration of Passover, and leads to the crucial moment when another miraculous intervention of the Lord is to be expected against the enemies of Israel, the inhabitants of Canaan. Together with all the preceding acts, the celebration of Passover marks the beginning of a new era in Israel's history. Also, through the symbol of the sacrificial lamb, the Feast of Passover pointed back to the redemption of the Israelites from Egyptian bondage. But it also pointed forward to its antitypical fulfillment in the Lamb of God, who ransomed us from the bondage of sin. That is found in John chapter 1, verse 29 and verse 36, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 18 and 19. At the Lord's Supper, before offering himself as the ultimate sacrifice, Jesus transformed Passover into a memorial of his death. That is found in Matthew chapter 26, verses 26 to 29, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23 to 26. However, Passover and the Lord's Supper signal an even more glorious reality, that of the redeemed multitude passing into the heavenly Canaan. John the Revelator portrays this antitypical crossing event as the 144,000 walking on the Sea of Crystal, the antitypical Red Sea and River Jordan before the throne of God, and celebrating the antitypical Passover and Lord's Supper at the marriage supper of the Lamb. That is found in Revelation chapter 4, verse 6, Revelation chapter 7, verse 9 to 10, and Matthew chapter 26, verse 29, and Revelations 19, verse 9. What are ways we can, even when we are not celebrating the Lord's Supper, keep the reality of the cross always before us?